Hi, I'm going to share 7 things I quit when I became a Christian. I didn't become a Christian until I was 40, so I had a lot of things to give up. One of the first things I gave up was worshiping celebrities. I no longer look at People magazine or In Touch or watch those entertainment inside edition type shows. Because in the end, who cares what they're doing? I want to focus on God and worship Him instead of the celebrities. And 2, I had to be really careful about the entertainment I was watching. I don't watch TV anymore. I watch a few movies, and I don't listen to regular secular music. I had to give up all my favorite artists and even threw away all the CDs that were not pleasing to God. They had half-naked women on them, or they had satanic symbols that I never really realized before. And then I started listening to Christian music, which I like, but in the car, I realized I really like quiet. That's when I could hear God the best. And the silence between my thoughts and having all noise in the background doesn't help me hear God better or my own thoughts. Practicing meditating on Bible verses or devotionals I read earlier that day. And the third thing that I had to give up was judging. So if you're watching TV and doing all those things, I don't judge you. We're called to love others. Judge not, and you will not be judged. This might be a little controversial, but when you judge others, you open the door for the enemy to come into your life. So judge others, forgive others, and even forgive yourself. And the fourth thing I gave up was complaining. I used to be the biggest complainer. I would complain about everything. And when you complain, you're not happy about what God is giving you or not giving you. Remember those Israelites in the desert? They complained all the time. Or maybe you have a friend that complains all the time. And when you hear phone rings or you run into them, you're like, you have to brace yourself because you gotta be ready to hear all that complaining. As they say, complain and remain. So I try to be thankful instead. And the fifth thing I gave up was being envious or jealous of others. Because there's a lot of talented people in this world, and I sometimes wish, gosh, wish I could be a great artist or something. But being jealous rots your bones, and we should celebrate other people's achievements because God is no respecter of persons. And if God did it for somebody else, God will do it for you. And God gives us all amazing gifts and talents, and let's help other people find their purposes in life. And the sixth thing I gave up was gossiping about others. I've always been a person that you could share your secrets to, and I wouldn't tell anybody. I'm good at that. But if somebody was talking about someone, I'd join on the bandwagon about talking about them. What about this? And did you know that about them? And I noticed if you tell gossip to another person, their eyes light up. It's kind of sick if you think about it. We all like sharing secrets. Gossiping about others, you are basically putting someone down, judging them, their behavior, and we don't know all the circumstances. So instead of gossiping about others, when I catch myself doing that, I start praying for the person and lifting them up to God. The seventh thing I gave up as a Christian was I used to believe in abortion. I thought it was fine, but now I know that God has formed each one of us in the womb, that He thought about us before the foundation of the world. I love that one quote. God looked around and He needed a person like you into this world. And we all have special gifts and a plan and a purpose. And I know a couple people that survived abortions, and they were loaded with talents, and it would be a sad place in this world without them. Now, if you had an abortion, God loves you. He forgives you, and I really believe that you will be reunited with your children in heaven. You will be together for all eternity. God is a good God. So there's my list of 7 things I quit when I became a Christian. I know there's lots more, and there's probably lots more to come, because walking with God, it's an adventure. You're not the same person that you were when you started this journey. I know I'm not. I've changed a lot. Each of us has to walk out our salvation with fear and trembling. And you know what the good thing is? God is holding our hand throughout this process. I'm not the same person I was when I first got saved. I've grown spiritually. I've changed a lot of my behaviors, and I'm sure I have a long way to go. Every night before I go to bed, I ask God, oh, I don't like how I did this today, or what could I have said about this? Or I feel bad if I snapped at one of my kids, or I didn't use a pleasing tone. But you know what? God forgives us for all of that. And He is so good. You just ask Him what you need to give up or what you need to add in your life, and He will help you. So God bless and have a good day. And write something that you gave up. I'd be interested to hear some of the things that you quit when you became a Christian.